Hey, it is 12 noon on Friday, which means it's time for this week's episode of State of Real Estate. I'm John Carissimo. The show is brought to you by the Tampa School of Real Estate every Friday, 12 noon Eastern Time. We're here live helping you grow your real estate business. And what we're talking about today is getting more appointments. Look, if you don't have appointments, you don't have any business. You start reverse engineering this sales process. And if you want to get a property closed so you get paid a commission, you need to have a contract. And in order to have a contract, you got to have appointments. Can't have a contract without appointments. You've got to meet with clients. So really, if you think about it, more appointments, more contracts. It's a little bit of an oversimplification, but I guarantee you get more appointments, you're going to get more contracts. Maybe not at the same rate, but hey, look. Let's just worry about getting more contracts, getting more appointments so we could get more contracts, and then we could start refining that process further. So today, we're talking about getting more appointments. I think this will definitely help grow your real estate business. I'm super excited to talk to you about this today. I'm John Carissimo. You're watching State of Real Estate.
You are watching
State of Real Estate. Every Friday at 12 noon Eastern Time. Grow your real estate business. You're watching State of Real Estate. And welcome back to this week's episode of State of Real Estate. I'm John Carissimo. The show is brought to you by the Tampa School of Real Estate. We're live right here. I'm tuning into our live chat. So if you've got questions, you've got comments, you've got anything you want to share, you just want to shout out, drop something in the comments, and we'll answer your questions here live on the air. But anyways, we're talking today about getting more appointments. So first you've got to really answer the question of, well, what kind of appointments can I get? What do I already have? Because you can't just wake up one morning and decide, I want appointments. I'm going to go purchase some appointments. Look, even if you're buying advertising with Zillow or Realtor.com or any of these places like that, you're not purchasing appointments. You're purchasing leads. You're purchasing really potential leads even that you could maybe convert into an appointment. So you've got to do this inventory. You've got to conduct an inventory on what you've got. Remember, when you're running a business, you've got to do these business things. It's not all just showing houses. It's not all just smiling. You've got to do all these different aspects of running a business, and every business has got to conduct inventory. But your inventory that you're conducting is on your clients. You're inventorying your clients, or even just your leads. Clients and your leads. You're conducting an inventory on them. First off, just getting a list of them. If you already don't have a list of your clients or your leads, whether that's through some sort of CRM system, or look, if you're not that technological yet, you don't need to be. Don't waste your time setting up a CRM system if you don't have it yet. Just make a good old-fashioned list on pen and paper. But get that list of your clients, of your leads, so that way you can at least start looking at them and start categorizing them. So number one, you want to list these out. Number one, you want to list. Number two, once you have all the people accounted for, then you want to categorize them. So you make that list. You list out every client, every lead, every possible one you could dig up. List them out, and then start categorizing them. Look, however you want to do this, maybe if you're using some CRM system, there's again, more technological ways to do this. If you're doing this on pen and paper, and what's really good about this is understanding how to do this manually, because then you're going to be able to do this in digital systems. But you might just want to highlight maybe different colors for buyers versus sellers. Just doing something like that. Of, okay, who's a buyer, who's a seller, who's potentially both. Maybe also asking that question of which ones are the most urgent? Which are the ones that I've forgotten about that I should work to reestablish that relationship with? So you want to list them out, categorize them, and then 3, initiate communication. List, categorize, and communicate. You figure out who they are, Really, this is more in depth of who they are, where are they at, and then start some communication with them. We're going to take a quick commercial break, but when we come back, we're going to talk about some of these ways that we could break the ice for these clients maybe that we just started talking to, that maybe we haven't talked to in a while, the potential leads we might have had come in that maybe nothing ever came out of. So stick with us. I'm John Chrismo. You're watching State of Real Estate. What's required to become a Florida real estate broker? Well, a few things. Number one, you have to have at least 2 years experience as a sales associate or a broker. Now, this experience could actually even be earned outside of Florida. It just has to be 2 years within the last 5 years. So 2 years of experience to become a broker. You also need to take a pre-licensing course. The broker pre-licensing course is 72 hours. It's got a 100 question and, of course, exam. Once you pass that and file all your paperwork with the state to upgrade to a broker license, then you just need to pass your state exam. That's another 100 question exam. You need to get a 75% on that. You complete those items and you'll have a Florida real estate broker license where you can open your own office or just remain with your current broker as a broker associate. To find out more about upgrading your real estate license to broker, check out upgradetobroker.com. That's upgradetobroker.com. You're watching State of Real Estate. Hey, welcome back to this week's episode of State of Real Estate. I'm John Charisma, and this show is brought to you by the Tampa School of Real Estate every single Friday at 12 noon Eastern Time. We're here live helping you mastermind to grow your real estate business. And what we're talking about today is getting more appointments. Because you don't have any appointments, you don't have any business. You only have a few appointments, you're only going to have a little bit of business. If you want massive business, you need to put that action out there. So we're talking about just kind of taking this inventory of your clients. Now, let me ask you this question here. You might be reluctant to cold call people. How many of you guys out there tuning in right now don't like cold calling people? It's okay, answer honestly. You know, I understand the power of cold calling. I still don't like cold calling, but I'll do it because I understand the power. So you don't have to like it, but just be honest. Who doesn't like cold calling? Most people you talk to will say, oh no, I hate cold calling. And we're salespeople. We should be the people that love cold calling. But even salespeople don't love cold calling. They know they've got to do it, but they don't love it. But now let me ask you this. If you don't love cold calling, does your client love cold calling? Do these people that we're working with that are probably not salespeople, maybe they are, but again, even if they are they going to like cold calling? And what you've got to remember here is somebody has got to cold call somebody. Do you want your clients to do that difficult task, to have that call reluctance, to sit around and wait for them to cold call you? Or are you going to call them? Now, when I say a cold call, there's a lot of different definitions out there for cold call, but when I say cold call, it means that the category that they're in is a very cold category. That they're not somebody that you've spoken to recently. They might have even forgot who it is that you are. Maybe even sold them a house before, but they just forgot because they're going to forget you if you don't stay in touch with them. So even if we've worked with this person before, even if we know who this person is, even if this is a good friend or a family member of ours, if we're calling them up with the purpose to solicit business, we're essentially cold calling them. If we don't already have an established business relationship and a current business relationship, we're cold calling them. Now, are we going to be the ones that cold call them, or are we going to expect them to cold call us? Because again, think of how much it is that you might dread making phone calls. How much phone reluctance it is. And you've probably done these things before. I know I'm guilty of it where, maybe you're like, oh, well, let me do this first, then I'll make that phone call I need to make. Let me go do this first. Let me go, make these tweaks on my website first, then I'll go make that phone call. Let me go, redesign my business card, then I'll go make some phone calls. Look, there's so many excuses we could have to not make a phone call. And it's not just excuses we'll make as salespeople. It's also excuses that your clients will make. That they'll say, oh, I should probably call that realtor. Oh, you know what, though? I've got to go I've got to go do this other load of laundry, or, oh, I should probably call that realtor about the house, but, let me just keep looking on Zillow to see if there's any other houses that I like better, because I don't know if that house is the one. How are they going to know if it's the one if they haven't even looked at it in person yet? So you've got to ask that question. In your business, who's going to do the cold calling? Is it going to be you, or is it your clients? Who's going to be the initiator? Is it going to be you, or is it going to be your clients? Which one? If you're on the fence about this, which one can you control? Can you control whether your clients cold call you? No. You can maybe try to influence it, maybe try to facilitate it, but you could spend all the advertising dollars in the world and somebody still wouldn't want to call you. They're maybe only doing it because, they have to. And there's a whole, domino effect of things that happen when your clients are the one initiating things rather than you being the one who actually initiates. And now I thought we were talking about appointments today. This is a whole show here on how to get more appointments. Well, let me ask you this question. How do you get these appointments? How do you get these appointments in the first place? You just magically have them? Do they just pop up on your calendar? If you've got an assistant or maybe some sort of team that sets these appointments for you, then yeah, they do just pop up on your calendar. But somebody is got to be the person that's making these connections. Making these connections, whether that's through a phone call. The phone call is probably going to be the most effective tool. Text messaging is growing really in popularity, but it's still not as powerful as a phone call for connecting with somebody. Really getting face-to-face with somebody is the best way to get this connection. But that's probably what we're trying to do. We're probably trying to get this appointment. And even if this is somebody that we've had an appointment with before, that we've met with before, that maybe we're helping them look for a house, but we never found a house for them, or maybe they, something happened, maybe they didn't qualify for the financing, you want to go back and stay in touch with them. And look, this is your time for amnesty. This is your amnesty. It's like, I've neglected them as a client, but today I could call them and no longer neglect them. I could call them and show them how much better equipped I am today to serve them than I was before. So let's break out a couple of quick categories here. A couple of quick categories that we could have for our clients. And you want to essentially do this for both buyers and sellers. Both buyers and sellers to really kind of identify them as that. But don't get too binary with that, because most of the time if they're a seller, they're pretty much always going to also be a buyer as well. Even if you're not the one, then they're a referral opportunity as well. So really you want to focus more so on, are they a past client? Are they a current client? Are they a new client? Are they an old client? Are they a lead? And out of the lead, we could go, are they an old lead? A stale lead, essentially? Are they a fresh lead? And it doesn't matter which one of these categories it is that they fall into. You're going to want to get in communication with all of these different categories. Your past clients, give them a call. Send them a text. Send them out an email, but give them a call. You want to really inundate them with every possible way it is that you can be in communication with them. But ultimately, you always want to have the calls worked in, because if you're not talking to them, if you're not seeing them, now if you could see them face to face, if maybe you go to the same, maybe your kids both like play in the same sport or something like that, or there's some time where you're going to meet them in person, make an effort to talk to them when you're there in person. Maybe there's some sort of community event or something it is that you go to them with. Maybe you go to the same church or something like that. Make an effort to establish communication with them. So you want to do that with your past clients. Now your current clients, a little bit different approach it is that you're going to be talking with them. Now your current clients, how are we going to facilitate communication here? How are we going to get another appointment here? Well, let's review what it is that we've done recently with them. Now, let's say this is on the buyer side. Let's say this is a current buyer. And let's say over this past weekend, we went and showed them a couple of houses. Now, let's again do a little bit of an inventory on what happened there. Say, okay, last weekend we looked at 3 houses. They kind of liked one. The other 2 they didn't really like. So now what? Do we just sit back and wait for them to feed us another property that they want us to show them? No. Because again, this is going back to that cold call mindset. Who's going to do the cold call? Is it going to be your client or is it going to be you? And you might say, well, John, that's not a cold call. I don't know, they're sounding pretty cold right now. A week has gone by and you haven't communicated with them. That would be pretty cold. It's not Arctic zero, but it's chilly. It's cold for us Floridians here. We're talking like 50, 60 degrees. That's, break out the parkas if you haven't talked to them in a week. So with these current clients, think of what you're going to do to establish. Do you want to go back and look at that property that they liked again? Say, hey, I've got some free time on this Saturday. Did you guys want to check out that same property again? Or did you want to take a look at a couple other similar properties? Just try to have something. If you feel like you're losing your client, you are. And how do we fix that? We get out there, we get it back in person with them, we get back in communication with them. If you start to fall out of communication, you've got to think of how you can get back in communication. And remember, the best way to communicate is in person. And that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to make that phone call to get that appointment again in person. Look, even if we know they're not going to buy that house that we're going to show them, maybe we want to go take a look at that house again. Then maybe we prompt that. We say, hey, look, did you guys want to take a look at that house again this weekend? It's still on the market. Maybe we can make an offer below asking price. Oh yeah, let's go take another look at it. Because what our job is, what our number one responsibility is as a salesperson in any profession, is to assure our clients. Now, in real estate, this is a really easy job to assure them, or it can be really easy, I should say, because we don't have to sell them. Let's say if we're selling cars, if we work at the Ford dealership, we've only got Fords to sell them, and we've got to assure them that only the Ford is the right vehicle for them. Whereas in real estate, we could show them any houses they want. We could assure them on any properties. If that Ford isn't the right car for them, doesn't matter. We don't need to sell them the Ford. We could go sell them a Chevy or a Cadillac or whatever car. Because again, all we've got to do is assure them that they're making the right choice. That's what you're doing in real estate. It's assurance, but you've got to have that opportunity to have the assurance, and appointments are a big part of that. So that's where your new clients come in, or your current clients come in. Now your new clients, the people maybe that you've met with for a consultation, but you haven't really looked at any houses yet, get them out there looking at some houses. If they haven't given you any houses to look at yet, they shouldn't be. You should be the one sending them some properties. Hey, what do you think about this one? Do you want to take a look at this one this weekend? Do you like this property? No? What do you not like about it? Hey, look, just be open and honest with me, which this is what you should be handling in your consultation appointment to establish these open lines of communication. We're going to take another quick commercial break here. Stick with us. I'm John Carissimo. You're watching State of Real Estate. Hey, so if you're thinking about starting a real estate career, it could feel a little overwhelming sometimes. Look, that's completely understandable. That's why we're here to help. If you haven't already, check out our Success Center, tampaschool.com/success, or if you don't even know where to begin, give us a call. We'd love to help you out. We've got advisors standing by to answer any questions you have and assist you in any way it is that we can. Our phone number is 813-928-0106. Again, that's 813-928-0106. Give us a call. We're the Tampa School of Real Estate. You're watching State of Real Estate. Hey, welcome back to this week's episode of State of Real Estate. I'm John Carissimo. The show is brought to you by the Tampa School of Real Estate. Every Friday, 12 noon Eastern Time, we're here live helping you grow your real estate business. And what we're talking about today is getting more appointments. Now, not just having more appointments, not just this idea. Look, this is so much more than just the idea of understanding that you need more appointments. More appointments means more business, one way or another. More appointments means more contacts, means more in-person contacts. You know, it only goes so far over the phone, and the phone, as powerful as it is, with, every day it seems like there's more and more spam callers that are out there calling about who knows what. And that dilutes the value of the phone. Now, the phone, again, is still the most powerful way to contact people, second behind in person. If you get out there in person, nothing's going to trump that. But how do we get that appointment in person in the first place? Do we just show up at their house and say, hey, look, I've got these properties here? You could. Could maybe just stop by. Hey, I was just in the neighborhood. Maybe there's a for sale by owner that you're trying to flip, that you're trying to get to list the property with you. And so maybe you stop by because you're just in the neighborhood. Hey, I was just in the neighborhood here. Just wanted to stop by, see how things are going. No, I know we don't have an appointment or anything like that. I've actually got another appointment I've got to get to right now, but I've got a few minutes to chat. Just want to check in, see if you guys have been getting any showings on the property. I actually did want to drop this off here. Let me give you this here. Just give them something that's valuable, something to, again, continue that relationship. Now, do we just have an appointment? Kind of. We just had an in-person connection there. And is that going to help go further? Absolutely. For all you guys, too, that are maybe tuning in here, that are maybe doing mortgages or doing title work or any of these businesses that feed off the real estate industry, when was the last time you saw one of your realtors that you're expecting to get business from face-to-face? Now, you don't have to have a reason to stop by the office. Hey, just wanted to stop in here today, see how you guys are doing. I brought you guys some lunch. Brought you this, brought you that. Just want to stop in, just say hello. Really, you don't even have to give anything of value. Just having that personal connection face-to-face puts you ahead of the game compared to everyone else that's out there. But we live in the 4-hour work week age of people saying, oh, I don't want to go visit somebody in person because that's going to take time. I mean, if I'm going to visit a bunch of places in person, I could probably only visit like 10 offices in one day. Or I could maybe only do 4 or 5 drive-bys a day of these for sale by owners. Then what if they're not there? It's a waste of my time. Look, until you've got so much business that you don't have time for anything else, anything that you're doing to generate business is not a waste of your time. Now, there are things that are going to be more effective. But look, don't try to, just sit back and do the 4-hour work week thing and say, you know what, I'm just going to build a really cool website and let the business come to me. Someday that business will come to you. But the question is, are you willing to wait for that business to come to you? And this applies in real estate as well. Are you willing to wait for that business to drop in your lap? Are you willing to wait for that client to cold call you? Because you didn't want to cold call them. Somebody's got to do the cold call. It's either going to be you or it's going to be your client. Now, who probably could be better at making cold calls? Who can become more skilled at making cold calls? Who can be in control of this? And that's you. You could be in control of all of this here if you take that initiative, if you're the one initiating this contact. We're going to take another quick commercial break. Stick with us. I'm John Christopher. You're watching State of Real Estate. Are you studying for your Florida real estate exam? If you are, you need to check out our Pass First Try strategy. You're going to love this. It's 4 steps that we break down the process to study for your Florida real estate exam. So you're set up to pass your Florida real estate exam because that's what you're studying for, right? To pass your exam. It's 4 steps. Number 1, you learn the information. You've got to learn this to be able to pass the exam, but it doesn't stop at learning. Step 2, you've got to reinforce the basic, simple, key concepts. As you learn this information, keep reviewing the simple things. You don't need to know everything, but you got to review these basic key concepts. Step 3, you've got to test your knowledge. The exam's going to test your knowledge, so if you don't test your knowledge in advance, you won't find out if you know what you think you know until you take the exam. And then step 4 is be confident and prepared, because even if you know this material, you need to be confident that you know the material. Check out the full strategy at passfirsttry.com. That's passfirsttry.com. You're watching State of Real Estate. Hey, welcome back to this week's episode of State of Real Estate. I'm John Carissimo. We do the show every Friday, 12 noon Eastern Time, to help you grow your real estate business. I want to give a shout out to Shannon Bucks over on Facebook. Shannon's in the house. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching the show. Thanks for sharing as well. But look here, just to kind of sum up everything we've talked about today, because I want to keep this short and sweet so you go out there and put some action behind this. You want to conduct an inventory of who it is. And look, if you're brand new to real estate, you don't have any past clients or current clients, well, who do we have that's family? Who do we have that's a friend? Who do we have that's a coworker? And let's reach out to them. Hey, Bill, it's John Chrismo. Remember we used to work at ABC Company together. Yeah, how you been? Yeah, that's great. Yeah, I've been doing real estate now. You still with ABC? Oh, yeah. How is this person? Get on that common ground again. Hey, look, reason for my call today is I know we had spoke before about your house, and I actually saw one that I think you guys might really like. Do you mind if I send that over to your email? Oh, we're not ready. We're not looking to buy or sell right now. Hey, yeah, no, I completely understand. It's just I saw this house, and for whatever reason, it just reminded me of you and just prompted me to call you. Oh, really? Yeah, send it over. What's the worst thing that's going to happen here? What's the worst thing that's going to happen? They might be, especially if you get pushy and really in their face about trying to sell that one thing to Bill, selling that one house to Bill. So, just establish those lines of communication. Send over an email. Hey, here's that property I thought about. Maybe I could be completely wrong here, but I feel like it's something you would like. Just send it their way. And then maybe throw in a little, another little, that common ground thing here. Because that's what you have to do. When you're trying to transition people who are completely cold, who are Arctic Zero to your business, which this is your friends, family, and coworkers. They're Arctic Zero cold to your business. You just, shoot that little thing out there. Hey, how is whatever that I know you from? How is something that I could relate to you from whatever it is that I know you from? Hey, how's the boat? You guys still got the boat? Oh, that's awesome. You guys go on it much still? Oh, wow, that's great. Yeah, I've still been thinking about getting one. Hey, look, reason for my call today. I don't want to waste your time. Is I saw this property that for whatever reason, it just seemed like it said John. It was shouting John to me. I could be completely wrong here. Do you mind if I just send it over to your email? Cool. Let me know what you think. Oh, another way we could go about this. Hey, Bill. I found this property here. I'm trying to collect some feedback for the seller. Do you mind just taking a look at it and giving me some feedback on this property? What are you doing here? You're trying to establish a relationship, and specifically a real estate relationship. Hey, can I ask you to do me a favor and just give me some feedback on what you think of this property? I'm just trying to collect some feedback for the seller on this property. Do you mind just giving me just a couple of details that you might think about this property? You don't even have to we don't have to take a look at it or anything like that. Just let me know what you think about it. And now we capture their feedback. And we gauge this. Oh yeah, wow, Bill, this is great. Thank you so much. This is going to really help things out with my seller. Thanks for giving me that feedback. By the way, personally, you said here that you really like this house. Is that true, or is that just because you think it'd be a nice house? No, I could definitely see our family living there. Oh, really? Would it be something that would want you to move out of your current house? No. Yeah, of course not. You guys have a beautiful house. Have you thought about moving though from your current house? Yeah, we've been thinking about it a little bit. Oh, really? That's interesting. What does this house not have that your dream house has? Look how much we could spitball this into a larger conversation about real estate just by a little just, putting ourselves out there. Because when I start saying these things here, especially of, hey, I saw this house that really reminded me of you, or I saw this house that just screamed your name, we put that out there. We're going out on a limb. And they might say, hey, look, John, I'm not really interested in buying a house. You'll get that. You're going to get the cold shoulder from some people, and you have to expect that. But even if you did get the cold shoulder from them, hey, no, I completely understand. Hey, look, honestly, I'm not trying to sell you anything. I just saw this house, and for whatever reason, it made me think of you. Look, I hope we could still be friends here. You mind if I still touch base with you in the future? And that just tells you're going to have to work a little bit harder for this person. But is that person still worth a potential $5, $6, $7, $10, $20,000 commission? $30,000 commission maybe if the price is high enough, $100,000 commission maybe if the price is high enough. Absolutely, they're still worth it. This is the long game that we're playing here. But we've got to keep playing it. We've got to keep as much business going as we can. And the more it is we facilitate this and initiate this, the more it is that we start to take the time out of the equation here. So by you initiating these appointments, you're going to get more appointments. You initiating these communications, you're going to get more appointments. You can do this with your friends, family, co-workers, past clients, current clients, with leads. Leads, you want to get them in for a consultation. Maybe we're talking about with a seller. Maybe somebody who's been thinking about selling their house. Where we have some sort of personal connection to them maybe. We call them up and again get back on that common ground from that personal connection and then transition into, hey, I know we had talked before about that you guys are thinking about selling your house. Is that still something you're considering? Cool. When is it that you're thinking about doing that? And again, you facilitate this relationship because you being a person that they know some way, shape, or form, and if they're a part of this list here, some way, whether they don't have to be family, friends, or co-workers, don't even have to be a past client, they could be just a lead, but that lead knows who you are. They at least at some point knew who you were, so that means that you have a better chance of getting business from them than anybody else. So just keep those communication lines going. Keep initiating contact. Don't make it just about, hey, what do you think? Do you like this house here? I could show it to you and we can make an offer on it. Don't make it the high pressure tactics, because that doesn't work in real estate. Real estate is all about assuring them. And people want to be assured before they buy the biggest purchase of their life. So they need some assurance before they sell the biggest investment of their life. They need assurance, and that's what our job is there to do, is to assure them. But one way I guarantee you're not going to assure them is by just being the secret agent, hiding out and then just waiting, just keeping it. I'm watching you. I'm not going to talk to you because I'm just stalking you on Facebook. You ready to do some real estate? No? Okay. You ready for some real estate business? No? Okay. You ready for real estate? You do something ridiculous like that. I mean, obviously, that's what you're doing when you fall out of contact with somebody and you go right back in for the jugular, as they say. So you gotta just initiate these contacts, and don't expect these contacts to always result in a sale. Don't always expect the contacts to result in an appointment. You just need to make enough contacts and enough appointments where they do result in sales. And you increase those numbers, it's going to increase the numbers of the sales. If your sales are here and your appointments are here, what's going to happen if you push your appointments up here? Well, your sales are going to go up here as well. Maybe it's a little jump, maybe it's a bigger jump, but this is how you get out of that inertia. The inertia, the object that's in motion will stay in motion, and if you're at rest, you're going to stay at rest. If you don't want to pick up that phone's not going to pick up itself. Your clients probably aren't going to pick up the phone either because they're just as scared of cold calling as you are. So get in communication, get in contact, and that will get you more appointments, and more appointments will get you more sales. Worry about the efficiency later. Get something to make efficient. Get something that you can tweak. But until you've got enough appointments, you don't have anything to tweak. You can't worry about tweaking your appointments when you don't have appointments. Worry about getting appointments. Worry about just taking more action. And once you're taking the correct amount of actions, then you can make it more efficient. Then you can ultimately, what's the word there for making something more efficient? I don't know. There's some word out there. It draws a blank on my mind right now. But we're essentially here, we're trying to make things more efficient. We're trying to streamline. Worry about streamlining later. See, I don't even know the word because I'm just worried about taking more actions, because I know with more actions, you don't have to worry about streamlining. You don't have to worry about being more efficient if you're just willing to take more actions. Because every day, every night, every hour, every minute of every day, taking more actions will yield more results than more efficiency. Efficiency just cuts some work out of it, whereas more action will yield more results. Look, that's all the time we've got for today. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'm John Carissimo. You've been watching State of Real Estate. If you need anything real estate related, give us a call. Our phone number is 813-333-2676. Again, 813-333-2676. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I'll see you next week.
Have you seen what's going on in Tampa?
Could you
get in on the real estate action that's going on in Tampa right now, we're who you need to talk to. We can help you get your real estate license, start your real estate career. We're here to assist you for the life of your real estate career. Give us a call. Phone number is 813-928-0106, or check us out online at tampaschool.com.
Do you want to incorporate studying for your real estate exams into your busy schedule? Now you can review the key topics you need to know to pass your class and state exams with our MP3 audio review. Simply pop in your headphones or connect to your car to reinforce crucial information while you exercise or drive. Listen to the first unit for free at mp3audioreview.com. That's mp3audioreview.com.
Hey, if you're enjoying the show today, which I'm sure you are, be sure to hit like, subscribe, post your comments, share with your friends and family. Thank you guys so much for watching.
You are watching
State of Real Estate. Every Friday at 12 noon Eastern Time. Grow your real estate business. You're watching State of Real Estate.